Hello and welcome to The Villain Was Right, the podcast where we look at movies and TV shows from the villain's perspective and dare to ask, were they really all that bad? I'm your host, Rebecca Reeves.
And I'm your host, Craig Fay.
And this week, it's our audience choice.
Audience choice, and let me tell you...
A surprise!
A
surprise. I wasn't expecting this movie. I even had to text Craig and be like, what is this? What's happening? What is this? What's going on? We're covering Mannequin from 1987. Boy, howdy. Have you ever seen this film?
I had not seen
No,
this.
me either, man.
And I'll be honest, I sort of threw it up on the poll this month.
As like a throwaway?
Well, it's like a lot of people have requested it, but like, you know, we all have blind spots. We're like, I don't know what this movie is, so like, I don't know, it can't possibly be popular enough that people will want us to do an episode on it. And then it won over some pretty heavy-hitting others, and I was like, all right, the people have spoken.
Oh, the people want what they want.
And this is why we have audience choice, by the way, because we're not always right about it.
We don't have our finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, this is going to be an easy one. This is going to be easy. Oh my God. This movie is insane. I still don't know if I liked it or not, because it's really, because you know I love a bad movie. So it's really on that line of like, I think if I watched it again, I would really like it, because now I know what to expect, and you know, you can look at all the other ridiculous things in the movie. But there is I would say some of it you just have to believe. You got to go, listen, we don't need answers to these questions. Do you have a lot of questions? Absolutely. The answers aren't coming. They're not coming. There's no...
This isn't an answers movie.
No. This is about fun. Okay, this movie is about fun and hijinks, is what I would say. Heavy on the hijinks.
Oh, this is a 80s hijinks movie.
Yes.
For sure, to a T.
Heavy honor. So if you've never seen this movie, let me just run it down real quick for you. Okay, we've got famous Egyptian actress Kim Cattrall. Okay, starting in Egypt, and she's gonna be married off. And she doesn't want to be, she wants to see the world, she wants to invent, she wants to live. And then there's, I don't know, an act of God.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't need to think about it. Okay. And then all of a sudden, flash forward to, you know, present 80s time, okay, where we have Jonathan, who is, he can't keep a job, and his girlfriend's kind of embarrassed of him, and he's struggling, because he keeps saying, I'm a sculptor. Not once do we see this man sculpt. I'll say that.
He does make the mannequin.
Oh, yeah, but I think that's we're getting real loose on the definition of sculpt. I gotta be honest with you, okay? I'm sorry if I'm offending any of our mannequin sculptors that are listening right now. But, I think that was pretty loose. And anyway, we're gonna get into why that's ridiculous. But, so he can't keep a job. They're hanging up this 100-year anniversary sign on a department store. He grabs onto it, does nothing. Okay, grabs onto this thing, barely helps, and this old woman's like, oh, what a sweet young gentleman. Let me give you a job, young sir, right? But he's like, he was also still kind of obsessed with this mannequin, which had really weird tones. He's like, I don't know why. There's just something about this piece of plastic, I'll tell you. The lips I gave her, god damn. Anyway, so he gets hired at this department store. He's like a stock guy, and he's gonna take his girlfriend out to dinner, and things are going well, and he's in charge of the window display. And that's when Kim Cattrall comes out of the mannequin. She's like, oh, I am the mannequin.
Comes to life.
I am the mannequin. And for some reason, which is never explained, I can only be alive with you. If anybody else looks at me, I'm a mannequin again. Although at one point she's been like traveling through time also.
Yeah.
Which I guess loosely explains why she knows perfect English. But we'll just breeze right past that. Okay. I can't believe this is a movie. Because there's actually, okay, I just want to sidestep this for 1 second and say, I do actually think there could be a fun movie here.
Yeah.
If you moved like 1 or 2 plot points like 5 degrees over. If that makes any sense. Like, it's just, I feel like this was really written by somebody that really jerked it to a mannequin. Like, I just gotta tell you. It just really feels very, like, I don't know, sexually forward on inanimate objects. Anyway, so, sorry, I just keep remembering details of this movie.
Oh, it's an insane movie.
Okay, so then everyone in the city is clamoring for this window display
that the mannequin helps him put together.
Yeah, the mannequin helps him put together and is now the star of, and people are lining up to see this window display. It has completely changed how this store is doing. They were going to be bankrupt, and now all of a sudden their sales are shooting up because people are like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This window display in this department store. Lining up. Anyway, so then the other department store, which his ex-girlfriend works for, because like they kind of like...
They have a fight because he's a fuck up and he
blows her off and she's like, I'm not going to do that anymore. Anyway, so then the other competing department store starts losing sales. They're trying to buy the building that's going bankrupt. It stops going well. The security guard, who is a war veteran, is having a mental breakdown the whole time, which honestly feels pretty justified. And there's another boss that's like trying to sneak his way into the other department store by selling the store out from under them. And people keep clamoring for these window displays, and they keep trying to hire him, and he won't leave because he's in love with the mannequin. So then they go and steal the mannequins, and his girlfriend loses it, starts throwing these mannequins into the chipper. He saves her at the last moment, and somehow that cures her, and now everyone can see her, and she can be truly alive, and roll creds.
And bad guys get their comeuppance. Everyone gets arrested.
They're arrested! I swear to God, that's the movie.
Yeah.
Like, not one part of that was a fabrication.
There's a fun car chase scene where it's literally a mannequin on the back of a motorcycle. It's high jinks with a capital IJI. That's the weirdest part about hijinks for me.
Yeah,
it's
fair
3
enough.
dotted letters in a row. Get your fucking act together.
Get your act together. Why are you putting glitter on everything? Anyway, it's crazy. It was a crazy movie.
And so many villains in this,
There is a lot of villains. There are a lot of villains.
Like, the first one I'm going to peg is Richards, played by James Spader.
Yes.
Who, I've got to say, this is a reference that might land with, like, 5% of the audience, but I'm just going to make it anyway. James Spader in this is basically doing, do you know the Whitest Kids You Know, the sketch group?
Yeah.
He's doing a Whitest Kids You Know character the whole time. Like, every time he's on stage, I'm just like, this is a Whitest Kids You Know sketch. This is insane.
That's so funny.
But he's kind of like the guy sabotaging the one store to try and, like, sell it to the other store. Mm-hmm. Who else would you consider a villain in this?
Oh, I mean, obviously the security guard,
Felix,
BJ, the other department store owner, the girlfriend,
Roxy.
Yes, Roxy. I think I'm hitting and the montage of everyone that fires this man.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Every boss he's ever had.
Yes.
We did also forget Hollywood, his sort of gay sidekick,
right?
Who I actually kind of liked in this movie.
He was one of the better parts, even though he was like very stereotypical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have a lot of layers to him, but he definitely had the best outfits.
Best outfit. He did seem fun. And this is something I will give this movie credit for, was knowing that it's from 86, knowing the premise of it. I was bracing for it to be so much worse than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Things. And just before we get too far into it, I'm actually going to say that there's one scene that really, really surprised me where the security guard is heavily implying that the main character is gay, right, as an insult.
Okay, yeah.
And then goes on like, well, how are you liking the job anyway? And the main character goes, well, it could be worse. They could have made me work with an absolute bigot. And then walks away. And I was like, in an 80s movie? Like, I was getting ready for a hard F-bomb. You know what I mean?
You're just holding it?
Me, I'm not a... No, it's like, well, you could have done me with an absolute bigot. I was like, oh, okay. Pretty good. And honestly, like a lot of the sex stuff, not as problematic as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah. Except for his lust of a mannequin, even before she comes alive.
Which is weird.
It's so strange. He's like, I'm obsessed with her. Like, that's where it's kind of where the movie starts, is he's like, oh my God, this is my favorite job ever. I'm a sculptor. I make these mannequins. I'm going to make... I can make like 3 a month. And he's like, I need you to make 3 a day. You're fired.
Yeah, because he's just been fucking around making a mannequin of his own design.
Yes.
Which, like, here's the thing. If there are any mannequin manufacturers out there listening, please feel free to correct me on this. This is pure speculation on my behalf. Yeah. But it occurs to me that you don't really want sexy mannequins. Like, you want mannequins that are going to show how the clothes are worn.
Yeah.
But you don't want them going into that uncanny valley.
I have no answers for you.
Right?
The ones that have no heads really put me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's something about having tits and no head really weird to me. I can't explain it.
Weirdly, I'm fine with it. No, honestly, I think the headed mannequins are weirder. Like, I think if you got like a torso mannequin, right?
Yeah.
No arms, no head, and it's like wearing a tank top. It's like, this is meant to show what it's like wearing a tank top. And I get that. As soon as you start adding a head and that head has like pupils and eyelashes and stuff, I'm like, no. This is weird. This isn't how clothes look on people. These are how these clothes look on a monster.
So you prefer the headless? I like that.
I think so. Pop off in the comments.
Pop off. Let us know.
Headless or not headless.
Yeah.
But in any case, to the point, I think that guy is like, no, don't make the fancy mannequins. Make the mannequins that we can make a lot of and sell.
Yeah, you're bad at this.
That people want. Yeah, you're bad at being a mannequin maker.
You're bad at every job every job we see him in, he's bad at.
Yeah. What did he get fired from? Let's see.
Kids Party.
Kids Party. He
a
launches a kid up to the atmosphere with a balloon.
Yeah.
With a balloon he wasn't supposed to give away. He gets a fast food place he gets fired from. He gets fired from so many. Oh, a shrub trimmer. Like, he's like trying to be all fancy with it, and then like chop somebody up or something. Like, he does something real bad.
There's so many bad things
Pizza
he does.
cook.
He shouldn't be anywhere. You know what gets me, though? And this is the thing with 80s movies that fucking kills me every time. They're like, wow, look at your shit life. You can't get it together. You have no money. And then they show me the biggest apartment I've ever seen. And I'm like, you sons of bitches. You sons of bitches. How dare you show me such a large...
That's what poor people did in the 80s. They got apartments.
I could do cartwheels in his fucking apartment. I loved his apartment. I was like, this is a gorgeous place.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, God. Every 80s movie.
So can't hold down a job, but also no difficulty finding 4 different jobs in a 3-week span.
Oh, not in this economy.
Not in this economy.
I'll tell you that.
You're telling me? He's not great at anything he does.
Nope.
And I'd love to get into this a little more later, but that's the one thing that really pisses me off the most about this movie. It is about an exceptional woman falling for the most mediocre of men.
Yeah, I don't understand how he was the one at all, because I was like, you were helping him do this the whole time. And then by the end, he's like, She's like, no, that one was you. It was all you. And he goes, no, because you were in here. I was like, this is the worst. This guy fucking sucks. Okay. He can't hold down a job. He has no inspiration. It seems like very little motivation to get through life.
Yeah, his girlfriend, like at the beginning, is very upset that he's picking him up on a motorcycle. She's like, this is embarrassing. Like
I don't know if I agree with her on that one.
Not the motorcycle, but like also who he is, and like he's like, let's get a hot dog instead of going out for dinner because I can't. She's like, you got fired again, you know? Like she's.
I think I'm of the opinion, don't keep calling somebody a loser, just leave them.
Yeah,
if they want to be like that, if they like their life like that, just let them do that.
Yeah,
I don't that's one thing I don't get when people like keep nagging somebody. I'm like, nah, just leave, just go.
Yeah, I will say she does leave him pretty quickly.
Yeah,
after
she does.
That. Yeah,
she does.
She says you need therapy, and he goes, I'm not crazy, and it's like, listen, that was a problem. If you are losing all your jobs all the time because you are not at all connected with reality. Maybe you do need therapy.
You do need therapy.
You do. And she's right.
You know,
Roxy is so right in everything she does.
Yes.
Dump that guy.
Dump that guy. I felt bad for her the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, okay, so this guy, this piece of shit stands you up, okay, falls in love with a mannequin. Your coworkers constantly sexually harassing you to the point where at your lowest moment you finally give in.
Oh, that was
I hated that plot point. I hated
that character. I was like, this
guy's the worst.
It felt like they were like, we need a horny foreigner.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what nationality are you doing even?
Oh, I did kind of like that. I had no idea. I was like, this is vague as fuck, and it's like, good. I like that.
It might be Italian. It might be Persian.
Who's to say?
Who's to
say? He did have, and I know he's like a complete part, but it did make me laugh when he said, can I show you something in your size? He's going to pull his dick out. I was like, you know what? That's... As much as you are creep, that's an incredible, like, whoever wrote that line, love that line.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And when he fell down the stairs and she goes, oh no, my camera. Probably the best line in the movie.
Some pretty good lines. There are some pretty decent lines in this, but...
I will also say, you know who else needs therapy? This fucking security guard.
Oh,
this
my
poor
God.
Bastard. Okay, comes back. He's unwell, clearly. Okay, he's clearly unwell. He calls his dog Rambo because he draws first blood.
Honestly, great. But it's like it's an incapacitated bulldog. He's got to pull around in a
so cute.
Yeah.
The bulldog's so cute.
And let me just tell you, I will always be a sucker for guard dog that doesn't obey its owner.
Yes.
Great.
No, great. So he knows something's fishy going on, and he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Something fishy is going on.
Absolutely. There's mannequin fucking going on.
Yeah, and he does catch him doing that. He's like, this is crazy. Now, what I will say is his act to immediately beat him up seems like a weird reaction.
That's a weird jump.
I gotta tell you, Craig, I don't think any person in this movie acted like a person.
No, that's
Can I just say that? Like, it felt like a lot of, like, why I oughta, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just...
You're absolutely right. Every character's motivation, like, so what is my motivation for this scene?
Yeah.
And it's, why I oughta.
Like, it just seems like they're pulling this... They're so cartoony. It's so funny.
Yes.
How over the top... even our main character, just so over the top flowery, like, looking at this mannequin being like, oh, there's just something about you.
I can't get my eyes off of you. The other thing I will say about the security guard is Richards, who's the guy who's like kind of above him, where Richards goes like, I'm gonna need you to keep an eye on this guy. Something doesn't seem quite right. And he says that to the night security guard who is working at night with this guy.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but what is a night security guard for other than to keep an eye on things? That, like... like, he's literally like, hey, Rebecca, can you discuss movies on your podcast?
Yeah. Do you want to go in that Legion and tell dick jokes? Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Real special, just for you, Craig.
Just for you.
Just for you, I'll do that.
Just for you, buddy. No, that's a very real request. Also, that guy is absolutely valid to request that. This man has walked in nary a resume. Okay.
Nary?
He doesn't... There's been no background check done, okay? And he's like, I can kind of suss out people pretty quickly, sends them right to the stock room, and I said, correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You've just been hired.
You've been hired in a failing store.
Yes.
A store that is presumably cutting staff right now because they can't afford to stay open.
And I'm going to jump ahead here, okay? But he loses his job to that guy, okay, who just got hired. She's like, you're now the new vice president. That was the most insane leap, and I'm talking about a movie with a living mannequin.
Yeah.
Okay, that was, what would that man know about anything?
Nothing. And Richards pegged him correctly in that he is a fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
Nothing he produces is actually his. It's all the mannequin.
Yes.
It's all Kim Cattrall.
The other store should take over this store. That is where I'm at, okay? They don't know what's going on. This old lady's been driving this place into the ground. Okay.
Yep.
She's hiring people that just swing off of signs, and she's like, you know what?
Kind of push you out of the way of a falling sign.
Vice president. You're vice president material. Get your little fingers in the fucking the books, okay?
Yeah, schedule people and hire people. I don't even know what vice presidents
I have no idea. I'm not...
manage the stocks. I don't know.
No one's ever let me do that.
No. I've never come close to vice of anything.
No. You know what? We're co-presidents of this podcast, Greg.
There we go.
Or we can both be vice presidents. There is no president.
There's no president, two vice presidents. It's like that office thing. It's like, you know what always makes things run better when there's two bosses?
Yeah.
Richards is clearly knows that the store is going under. There's no saving it. He knows that this woman is hiring all willy-nilly, that the guys that she is hiring are frauds. He just doesn't know how. Like, when you are suspicious of somebody who is doing suspicious shit, you're not paranoid.
Truly. Can you imagine him in jail? Just losing his fucking shit.
Oh, Richards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he gets arrested at the end, and you're like, okay, so I'm going to get arrested because I stole some mannequins from a place I was wrongfully terminated from.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's doing prison time for anything that happened here.
Well, no, they're all white. They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. White collar. It's like they'll be like, oh, were you on cocaine? Okay.
No. But this homeless man that stole a roll of quarters, that's we throw the book at that motherfucker.
Throw the book at him, yeah. But yeah, you're right. They say at one point that the sales have swung between these two department stores because of these window dressings. That sales have declined 90% at the other store because of a window dress. Let me just tell you, you have the most fickle customers in the world. 90%. Do you know what you would have to do to get a 90% swing in sales in like a week? That's insane.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever looked at a window display and been moved in my life.
No.
Even like the big Christmas ones they will do sometimes where they're like, we're really going to make it jazzy. We're going to try and make it art. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Feels like it's, this is going to sound insane, but to me, it's the same as fireworks. And I know they're not the same and nobody will agree with me, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
I watch fireworks. I'm bored. I'm so bored. I watched the first 15 seconds. I was like, cool. And then I think they should just let them all go at once. This is my genuine.
Yeah.
I really, really think for fireworks, just bomb them all off at once. Big boom. That was sick. Let's
all
go
go
home.
home.
Yeah, I don't need this to last longer. Okay, maybe if there's like a band attached to it or something, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
music,
synchronize. Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Howard
but just,
tells. Yeah. Boom, boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, but if I'm just standing down by the water watching these things go off, I'm bored after like 15 fucking seconds.
I will say, I get what you're saying. I do think there's levels. Like, I think the professional ones where you're like, ooh, they do get a little bored after a while. The thing I hate the most, though, is what I'll call the suburban dad backyard fireworks show.
Been to a few of those.
Where you're like, all right, kids, stand back. Click, click, click. Like, he's trying to get the lighter, and then it goes, and then it's 5 minutes before the next one goes off again.
Oh, no, buddy, I thought you were going to talk about getting... My uncle almost set me on fire once.
Oh, that's the other... I mean, that's how those go bad.
Yeah. My uncle almost set me on fire, and I was so young and just, like, panicked, so I didn't move, and it was coming at me, and it burnt out right before it got to me. It was crazy.
You would have been fine.
It would have been fine. It probably would have been fine.
You maybe have a little more fear of fireworks, but other than that,
yeah,
I think that's safe.
And yet I'm just, maybe that's why I'm bored of them. I'm just so disassociated from them. I can't even absorb joy from it.
You've flown as close to the sun as anyone can.
Well, they're not shooting at my face, so it's really not doing anything for me. That's so,
oh no,
that is very real. You know what I realized watching this movie is that I think because Bob's Burgers does a lot of like movie references. Like a lot. They do a lot of movie references, and I just realized they have an entire episode, I think, as like an homage to this.
That sounds
movie.
about right.
Yeah.
It seems like this movie would be their style.
Yes, but it's a guy that thinks he's a mannequin, but he's also in love with a mannequin that lost her hand. Anyway, it's like...
Oh, this vaguely sounds
But it really... and he would do, like, window displays and pretend to be a mannequin. And I'm like, oh, this has got to be about this movie.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. For it kind of missing me entirely, this was a popular enough movie to get a sequel. There's a mannequin.
Has a sequel?
There's a Mannequin too.
Shut up. You shut up
I don't think they got any of the original cast back, but there is a sequel to it.
Hilarious.
So this was popular enough for that. Yeah.
That's crazy. The cast on this is crazy.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I love Kim Cattrall. I even loved her so much more that she didn't go back for the Sex and the City reboot, because they were throwing fucking dollars at her to get a negotiation going. She's like, no, I can't look at you bitches anymore. We're so good. Oh, I love a Kim Cattrall moment.
Yeah.
Even though she is playing an Egyptian woman in this movie. But I feel like that's okay, I just want to discuss how that didn't need to happen at all.
Yeah.
It didn't have any bearing on anything. She could have just been a mannequin that came to life.
Yeah.
She didn't have to be from another time. She didn't have to have this interest in whatever. It could have just literally been, I created this mannequin and she just came to life.
Yeah.
Because I'm such an artiste.
It does feel like that whole Egyptian thing, which I would generously call like high school production Egyptian tomb, like high school haunted house level of tomb.
It has camp. It is campy as a motherfucker.
That scene kind of felt a little tacked on, like maybe that they had done a screening and were like, oh, we actually need to explain this in a way that people are going to understand. Because you're right, it's so disconnected from the rest of the movie.
It lifts right out. You do not need it. It never comes up again.
The only thing I will say in its defense, like as opposed to it being that she just comes to life because he loves her so much or whatever, which is the born sexy yesterday trope.
Oh, yes. No, that's exactly...
Yeah.
So I guess it does get around that at least.
It does. And that's what pisses me off about this movie so much, is like they actually kind of go out of their way to give this woman agency.
Yes.
Where it's like, listen, she's kind of this I'm going to call her like a muse type force, right?
Right.
That is kind of like going through time and has some choice as to like who she decides to like dip in on, right? And like it also seems like it tends to be famous sculptors or something. Like she's like, I knew Michelangelo. Right.
Yeah.
And so like I dipped into one of his sculptures and came to life and like experienced his time. So it seems like she's like, I'm just going to kind of dip in and out of all these creative things and creative times and experience everything.
Okay.
Which is a great motivation, right? I want to live forever and experience everything and every piece of art and every time ever. Great.
Yeah.
Sounds like she's pretty happy. And then she comes and marries this mediocre motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he's a tit.
You did sculpture with Michelangelo in the Renaissance, and you're like, you know what? 1980s department store mannequin night shift guy. I can't get enough of him.
No, it's insane.
This is the best art and culture get.
It feels like you used to date an NBA player and now you're with somebody that's like, I could have made it.
Yeah.
I could have went pro. And it's like, I don't think so, man. For some reason, I don't think plastic for mannequins is the same.
Right? This is not the same art form. Like, and think of it.
So funny.
The 1980s were not without talented sculptors. Can I name any of them? No. Are they?
That was going to be my question. I'm like, oh my God, who are they? Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm sure people can though.
Yeah, no, you're true. There's
100% somebody who's more talented.
We just stopped.
No. Like maybe you're like, oh my God, the 80s were bad because it was all like abstract, and and I can't take on the form of an abstract thing.
Yeah.
But to settle for this guy, I got to tell you, and like that is, I think, the worst male fantasy in this. Like fucking the mannequin, who cares? Like,
I mean, it's been really done. You know what I mean?
You know, like
they make blow ups, they make robots, they make, you know what I mean, fucking tubes.
You're a fleshlight. A mannequin is a fleshlight away from a sex doll. You know what I mean? Like it's just
God,
you didn't want to hear that.
No. You're right though. You're right. So and I have no right with the words that come out of my mouth to be disgusted. I have no right, Craig. I need you to know that.
Your mom's disappointed. She's like, you're turning that poor boy into
absolutely. She used to tell me all the time. Now
it's just complete. It's the transformation's complete.
The transformation, yes.
Just a mediocre man, though. You know what I mean? Where it's just
in every way possible.
Where it's like, you know what it is? I'm so special that I just need a woman to see that I'm good, and then she's gonna fall in love with me. But he does nothing. Nothing.
Which is so funny. And to be fair, I haven't watched this movie in a minute, but I used to watch it pretty frequently. He's the star of Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Okay, which was one of my, favorite movies growing up. And I was like, when you grow up and you watch it as an adult, you're like, this guy fucking sucks. Like, he's ashamed of you because you're poor, and his redemption arc is he's like, it's fine that you're poor.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's not good.
So what you're saying is there is the potential that this is the best man in the 80s.
Oh, but yeah. Actually, yeah.
The mannequin fucking guy might be the best, most level-headed guy in the 80s.
I like how their big gotcha for him is like, we have incriminating photos of you. We have photos of you with the mannequin. You think this guy cares? Let's just say this mannequin never comes to life, okay? And whatever, you make it one of those pillows, okay? We're like, we got a photo with you and your fuck pillow. And it's like, yeah, it's my fuck pillow. What do you think happens What do you think? I'm going to be ashamed of this? I've been running around talking about mannequins this whole fucking movie.
I drove around the city with a mannequin on the
back of my motorcycle.
Went over some sick jumps.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I will say I did really like when the car jumped the thing and got wedged in the top of the alley. I actually quite enjoyed that as a comedic beat. Like
there is a couple of moments in this movie that are genuinely funny, but for the most part, you're just watching it going, why?
Why would you do this?
Why and who and how?
And yeah, first of all, if you had those photos with me, literally kind of just laying on the ground with a mannequin on top of me, I would be like, I guess that's kind of embarrassing. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a fun goof. You know?
Yeah, well, I think most of this movie feels like goof.
Yeah.
Fun goof, let's goof.
But then I do need to point out that what they do with those photos is pretty ethical. Like...
In what sense?
Well, maybe ethical is the wrong word.
I'm I don't know.
No, it's they don't do it the worst because Roxy goes, well, you can't show those photos to people. That will ruin his life. Questionable, but whatever. And they go, that's okay. Lucky for him, I don't want to ruin his life. I want to give him a job. And then when they steal the mannequin and bring him in, he's like, listen, we just want you to come work for us and then you can hang out with the mannequin all the time. And they offer him a job and they go, let's say starting at $50K. Oh, Rebecca, you better believe I punched that into an inflation calculator.
Yes! Craig. I'm so happy. Thank you.
This is how
Thank you for this gift.
I'm going to walk you through it.
Yeah.
So he goes, we're thinking we'll maybe start you at $50K. The guy fucking decks him and pushes him up against a wall. And he goes, okay, fine, $60K. That today translates to $126,000 up to $150,000. So 50 to 60K is 125 to 160,000. For someone to come to you and be like, listen, I have embarrassing photos of you fucking a mannequin. We're fine with the mannequin.
I don't even know if that'd make my top 10 embarrassing things, but yes, please continue.
We're fine with you fucking the mannequin. In fact, we've brought the mannequin here.
To lure you over here. Would you
like an insanely well-paying job where you get to fuck the mannequin all the time and you just have to do the same thing that you're doing for us that you're already doing for this failing store? Let me tell you, that is one of the nicest things anybody could do for you. Do you want to fuck the thing that you love fucking and make money doing it? Well, boy, howdy, do we have a job for you.
Oh, buddy, yeah, This is every man's dream.
Yes.
This must be, I assume.
It's like, yeah, it's his process. There's just like...
It's his process! It's his process! It's so funny. Well, you see, he's gotta fuck the paint. and then he'll do the mural, okay? But he has to feel it with his dick. He says something about energy.
He's gotta fuck the paint.
It's like just...
It's a liquid.
But he's gotta fuck it, though.
He's gotta fuck it, though. Call him old rainbow dick.
Yeah. He helicopters it after. Perfect circle every time. Perfect. I'm telling you, the man can paint a sunset.
He's got his own drop sheets, don't worry.
He's got his own drop sheets.
You don't have to use the same drop sheets he uses. It's fine. Sorry, I just processed perfect circle.
That's so dumb.
If you're listening to this, and just skip back 30 seconds and go back and give that the credit it's due. Perfect circle.
It's a perfect circle
every time. Oh dear
God.
So all this to say, the other and like. Yeah, if you can swing sales 80 to 90% in a couple weeks, maybe your displays are worth, $150,000 a week or a month, No, that was a year. That was a year.
Okay,
that was a year. Sorry.
No, I think... Yeah, I think I don't even want to say anything more on that. I think you nailed it perfectly with your last statement on this. What I do love is this movie has one of my favorite things, which is like 80s insults, like saying like biscuit brain.
Oh,
I'm like, let's bring back biscuit brain. I love that.
you biscuit brain.
You fucking biscuit. Yeah, you know what I mean? If you want to put a little stank on it, you can say fucking,
You
you
fucking
fucking biscuit brain. It just makes me laugh so hard when anybody swears before something like really nice. Like I had a woman once. I was, and I think I've already told this story before, but I was kicking her out of this bar I worked at. She needed to go. She was literally on a chair trying to get everyone to leave with her because I was kicking her out. It was so funny, and she just kept yelling at me. She's like, "You're a cunt. You're such a fucking cunt." And she's like, and then she just stops at the door after saying like all these horrors. She's like, "You're a fucking bitch. You're a cunt." All this shit, like just throwing every swear word she has at me. And then the last thing she does is she turns around at me and points and she goes, "You're just a bad apple." And I was on the ground, man. After swearing up a storm, just be like, "You're just a bad apple." You can't write comedy better than that.
You had one left in the tank, and you should have left it in the tank.
No, you shouldn't have. That's poetry right there. That's fucking poetry. Okay, that honestly, I almost invited her back in. I was almost like, you know what? Yeah. You turned it around.
You know what? One more on that.
One more round. Let's go. You fucking beauty.
Yeah. But along those lines, they do like a great 80s line. They do at one point, he goes to a restaurant and he used to work there and they call him the flambe terrorist. And then he proceeds to set people on fire again.
And then puts it out with a toupee.
Yeah.
Hijinks, ladies and gentlemen. Hijinks.
3 capitalized. Yeah. And the other line that I really loved is Richard's, and it's in response to something that like Felix is like, "Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him." And it's like, whatever. And he like goes like, no. Just keep an eye on him. You people who work at night scare me. And I was like, yeah, we are weird.
We're fucked up, dude. You honestly, if I could give anybody any advice, it's don't hang out with people that regularly stay up till 4 a.m.
No.
You know what I mean? That's my regular business hours. I feel like such a fucking... I don't know how to tell people it's not weird for me to message them at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like, it's when I want to message you. I wish, and I do it all the time for emails, I'll schedule send. If you ever get an email from me at 8 a.m., that was a schedule send, and I need you to know that I am not awake. Okay, I am not awake.
I will not be responding properly.
No, it's because I had energy in the middle of the night, and I knew it'd be weird to send a professional message at that time. I wish every single service had, like, I wish I could schedule send a DM. Do you know what I mean? I wish I could schedule send Instagram messages because I'm like, my inbox is absolutely to the tits, and it's mostly because the only time I want to message people back is at 3 a.m. and I can't do that to somebody I don't know very well. Because I'm like, you're going to have a thought on it.
Yeah. Like, I would love to come out and do your club at some point, but at 3 is real professional. At 3 a.m., it's got real you up energy.
You up? Yeah. You up? What are you wearing? Who's keeping you warm tonight? You know what I mean? It's not good. Okay, it's not good energy, and I won't do it.
Warmest of regards.
Warmest of regards.
3 a.m.
Yeah, warmest of regards with a ...
Yeah.
However you want to take that.
Just FYI, this is an 8 a.m. warmest regards.
Yeah, so you know, I cannot schedule send shit.
I agree. There should be some sort of service that allows you to do that.
I think so. I would love that. Somebody make that, because I cannot...
Call it like night owl services or something, you know?
Yeah, I would love that.
Schedule
also, make something where I can read something, but I haven't read it.
Oh, fake the
Yes! Please! Let me get a tunnel into that, because I hate that some of the places you can't turn it off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
But you're crazy. You have yours on for like texts, and I'm like,
I've heard that's crazy.
That's insane business to me. That's fucking nuts. I will leave.
I guess it holds me accountable.
I guess so. I leave people on red and people I love. Like people
I
that
know.
I really respect. Yeah, I know. Because I just like I look at it and I go, oh, and it happens more to people I really like than people I don't like because I want to give a thoughtful response.
Yeah.
And then I forget.
Sure.
And then I just go, oh yeah, I'll answer that in like an hour because I want to actually like take a minute on it and think about it. And then it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone immediately. I start doing something and then that doesn't exist anymore. It happens constantly. I really need to be diagnosed. I don't know what. Anyway, it's fine. It's all fine.
I feel to a certain extent we all struggle with this, is what I will say.
Thank you, because I feel like, we're just in an era where everything, and I'm guilty of it myself, where it's like, oh, let's just all diagnose each other. And it's like, maybe not everything needs a diagnosis. Maybe you're just kind of like that.
Maybe the world
okay.
is overwhelming
Yeah.
and there's too much information and too many people asking things of you.
Because sometimes I'll see a video and it'll be like, if you sleep like this, you have ADHD. And I'm like, that can't be real. Like, we're going too far. Okay? Peel it back. My God. I'm so tired.
Sometimes life is just hard.
Yeah, like
There's just
sometimes
too many
I
things.
just like to sleep like that, okay, because my hips hurt or whatever.
Sometimes I just want to fuck a mannequin.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I'm weird. Doesn't mean I've got ADHD.
Point being is just don't take any advice from someone named Dr. Sarah. You know what I mean? Like if we could just pull it back a little bit.
With a real vocal fry in it. I'm a Dr. Sarah.
It's so funny because my doctor's first name's Sarah, so I picture
Sarah with a hard H.
But she's a great doctor,
Yeah.
and I certainly don't call her that.
Also, if you have vocal fry, that's fine too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't make you less intelligent.
It really doesn't.
It's a societal misogynistic thing. Anyway.
yeah, Craig, get him.
Yeah,
Let him
get 'em.
know.
Get
'em. Okay, so I think the point of this is that this whole movie, all the villains are like, this is fishy, this is weird. And I guess like the worst thing somebody does is destroy a bunch of mannequins from a different store, which I would claim as like teenage hijinks at best.
Standard business operating expense. Like,
yeah, like we'll buy you a few, like one of our employees went rogue. We'll buy you a couple of new ones.
for
It'll
sure
be
getting
fine.
settled in outside of court, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Although I was having, I was like, this is like Toy Story 3 for mannequins. I was like having I was like, that slow climb to, or I guess it's a slow decline in Toy Story. But I think that movie affected me.
Yes. It's very...
Where now I see it in every other movie where I'm like, they weren't the first to do it. They won't be the last.
No.
But they were the most effective. I'll say that.
We thought they were going to do it.
No, they were. I genuinely thought they were going to do it.
They're going to do it.
They couldn't do. I don't know how they convinced me they were going to do it. I don't know how, because there's no planet it ends that way.
I think it's that. I mean, they just make really good movies.
Yeah.
Where even adults are like maybe they will kill these toys in front of these children. Sorry. Anyway, I would also be upset if Kim Cattrall got chewed up.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I'm glad those two are happy.
I guess it's always the most talented women with the worst taste in men.
Mediocre men.
Come on,
you can do better, and she will.
Yes, the whole. They get. Hard divorce. We got married. If I had to look somebody in the eyes and go, I got married in a department store, absolutely not. Somebody that's I'm pulling out the divorce card every time. There's no way. I guess it's sweet because that's where they met, but
yeah, it's like you know.
I could understand. See, okay, now there's one where I could understand lining up for it. Watching somebody get married in a window.
A spectacle, a one-off thing.
Sure. I understand.
It's not going to be there at 6 p.m. when you come back the other way after
Exactly.
work.
Yeah. No, totally. The only way I'd understand. Every villain in this movie is totally justified. Every single one of them's like, there's something up with this guy. And there's something up with this guy. Okay, correct. absolutely valid. Case closed, motherfuckers.
Yep, done. Guys, so I think it's time to give our definitive ranking of how good the villain is.
Yeah.
So I did the statue scale.
Okay. Oh, great.
So from an action figure all the way up to the Statue of Liberty, I'm going to give Richards, the boss guy, who's sort of orchestrating this all. I'm going to give him the thinker. You know, like the guy with the elbow on his knee, because he's doing the smart thing and correctly surmising that there's some freaky shit going on.
Okay,
you know, he's thinking this through.
I don't even know what to call this scale, like the ridiculous saying scale. So from what all the way up to why I oughta. I'm just gonna give this movie a. But if you're here, then who's fucking that mannequin? That's how I'm ranking the villain in this movie.
Love it. Absolutely
Ridiculous.
love it.
And team, before we get to our heroes and villains of the week, as always, there's a couple ways you can help out the podcast. Number one, we have Patreon, patreon.com/villainwasright. We do 2 bonus episodes a month. And I'm going to ask you to insert Kat's quote here, Craig.
Yes.
For the movie. Because for this month, I picked Class of Nukem High, which was a suggestion. Okay, it was on our list, and I watched the trailer, and I laughed I laughed my fucking ass off watching that trailer, and then
I was explaining the plot of it to my fiance, Kat, and she just looked at me and said, "Rebecca can't keep getting away with it."
Yes, it's working, everyone. It is working. This is my favorite. I have not stopped saying Rebecca can't keep getting away with this all week. It's my favorite thing. So yeah, you can head on over to Patreon. We also have ad-free tiers. We have audience choice. This was an audience choice movie. If you would not have picked this movie, well, I don't know why, because we needed to watch it, so you would have been wrong there. But if you would like to join us in our audience votes and our polls, please join us over at patreon.com. And if you just want to get in touch with us or follow us,
yeah, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Villain Was Right. As well, you can get in touch with us through email. Honestly, email is the best way to suggest movies or give us your thoughts on the show. So villainwasright@gmail.com. And thanks to everyone who's reached out to us. Thanks to everyone who suggested movies.
Yeah.
Who listens and supports your friends. We've gotten a bunch of messages from people who've recently discovered the podcast and are telling all their friends about it. So thank you so much for that.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate you. And now it is time for our heroes and villains of the week. I got a pretty light hero this week.
Nice.
But my hero of the week is Superman.
Yeah.
So as we are recording this, the new Superman movie just was released.
I've heard good things.
It's fantastic.
I've heard good things.
Like, for me to make a movie my hero of the week when we already see so many movies, it's
that
insane.
Is true.
Yeah, it's I teared up multiple times during this movie.
Oh, no.
Like, just be like, oh my God, he's so good. And it is a slight condemnation of our media environment and the state of the world where I'm just like, oh, it's so refreshing and relieving and heart-wrenching to see somebody just doing good on screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's this breath of fresh air. And this is a somewhat serious take on it. Like, by all means, go see the movie, and this isn't going to spoil anything, so don't worry about it. But, like, I was thinking back to Man of Steel, which we covered on the podcast, right? And how, like, kind of at the time, people were like, oh, there's no way that you can make Superman interesting because to make somebody interesting, there has to be conflict, right? From a writing standpoint, absolutely, that's true. But they always took that to mean that there's got to be like internal conflict and like that he was upset that he was like rejected by the world or like that dark brooding sort of angry, the flippant, the sarcastic kind of version of that where it's like, oh, I don't really know. I don't know if I should have to do this. And in this movie, you also see an angry Superman, but he is angry not at the world or like himself. He is angry at the moral impotence of everyone else around him. And it is glorious. Yeah. Like to see someone just be like, you just have to do the right thing. And that's the hill that he's dying on. Beautiful. Loved it. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there's like 2 or 3 amazing little speeches in there that are like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's
please say that.
Please say that. That's good. And I cried a little. So my hero of the week is a literal hero, Superman. Go see it. It's fun.
I love that. No, I've heard
breath
good
of fresh
things.
air. Breath of fresh air.
I also have you heard the debate, like people getting mad because some
Superman's
people are saying,
woke?
no, that he's an immigrant. Whether he's an immigrant or not. And I'm like, he didn't come from this planet.
Not to give anything away, that does play quite a big role in this movie.
I was that's so interesting to have a debate about that.
No. And the headline I love is Superman didn't get woke. We just have real supervillains now.
Yeah.
No, that was like valid. Perfectly summarized it.
Absolutely. I've got a hero.
Great.
Yeah, a hero. My hero of the week is, first of all, I went to a comedian's wedding last weekend. It was super fun. First of all, just a PSA in general. If you're getting married and you're gonna have comedians at your wedding, just like quadruple the bar budget. I'm just gonna need you to either just don't invite them or because it was on like I've never seen. Anyway, but my point here is that first of all, I love weddings because for some reason I feel like with men that grew up of a certain time, they, it almost like gives them permission to cry. Seems like, and I feel bad because I'm like, oh, we should all be crying all the time. Like life's a nightmare. Like please, okay, like let it rip. You know what I mean? But I gotta tell you, and I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I cannot watch a man cry without crying. I can't do it. I'll cry at every wedding for all of time. I don't care. I warn everyone around me every time. I did it at Ivimey's wedding. I was sitting beside Niall, who is the dungeon master on Comedians in Dungeons Getting Dragons. If you want to check that out, shameless plug, go check that out. It's my D&D podcast and I love it. But I looked at Niall and I was like, prepare yourself. I was like, prepare yourself. I'm about to bawl. I was like, I don't even give a fuck. I will bawl. I literally wear so little makeup.
I was gonna ask
a wedding on purpose because I'm like, no, the tears are coming, boys. They're coming. I don't care.
Just coming with a layer of wax under your eyes.
And it's so funny because, I definitely, obviously I have, some emotional things where I'm like, oh, you're still trying to throw away that crying isn't weakness and all this kind of stuff. So, I openly weep, but I still feel the need to warn everyone. I'm like, listen, it's coming. If you don't like it, you need to step aside. Okay, you need to get out of here. So I guess my real hero of the week is crying. And please cry more.
Cry at beautiful things.
Cry. And you know what? What I used to do is sometimes, and this is maybe fucked up, or I actually think maybe something that other people do, is sometimes I would just make myself cry. It would be so long from the last time I had cried, and I could feel it would just be so hard to get it out that I'd be like, I'm gonna watch this movie or I'm gonna listen to this album on repeat until it comes because I will make it. I swear to God, I need to release it. Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go.
No, it's a pressure relief valve. You gotta let it go every once in a while.
You need to. Anyway, give it a good cry, team. Anyway, and if you want to check me out, please follow me at Rebecca Reeds on any platform of your choosing.
And you can follow me at Craig Fay Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, craigfay.com for show dates. I do have a couple dates in August or late July, early August in Toronto, so check that out, craigfay.com. And yes, that does it for us this week. Tune in next week, where in celebration of the new Fantastic Four movie, we are covering the 2005 Fantastic Four. So keep your radio tuned to us. I don't know why I said that.
Hello, fellow kids.
So stay tuned for that. And until then, this is The Villain Was Right, reminding you that if someone offers you a job to fuck what you like for $150,000 a year, you should take it.
The Villain Was Right was produced by Andrew Ivimey for the From Superheroes Network. For more great podcasts like this, as well as YouTube series, webcomics, and so much more, visit FromSuperheroes.com.